my house today. Jamel is still under the weather.
Yes.
But we are fixing to get on with episode 248.
And we're doing the best we can.
What? Oh man, even a little bit over. Like, better. We're bettering ourselves. Brent, art thou ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it.
Hit that. Yo, and hello and welcome to the 248th episode of Gamespeak Podcast. This is a very special episode of Gamespeak Podcast today because we are Jamel-less today. So we're running it to you, just Brent, just Devin. You know, no special names, no funny games. We're coming at you straight with the truth today about video games. So there is games, I guess, so... But, not like the gameplay. You know, never mind. We're getting into the show. What's up, Devin? How's life been treating you lately?
Busy, but not at the same time. Like, work is busy, but the rest of my life isn't.
Yeah,
In a sense, it's weird.
I kind of feel that to, the most extreme level. You know? I work hard, and then I come home, and I don't do shit.
Yeah,
you know?
I haven't been doing
and I like it that way.
Thing.
You know, that's the
It's
worst part.
nice.
I really enjoy it, you know?
And then whenever I have a friend, drag me out to be social, I'm like,
See, I get all the being social I need with my girlfriend. I just talk to her every now and then just go back to my little solitude hole where I just sit until the next episode of Gamespeak Podcast.
And then he comes out of the cave.
Then I crawl out of the hole.
We are your hosts, Brent. We didn't even say our names.
I did. I said our names. I said we're Brent and Devin, but we're just Brent and Devin today.
Just Brent and
Nothing
Devin.
crazy. No wild things going at you. You know.
Oh man. For the viewers, if you could let us know, give us a little technical feedback on everything.
Yeah.
Because we don't know on our end how things are going.
Yeah, we have no idea. We're just, again, we're winging it. Jamel is kind of the technical guy. You know, he's been doing this for a minute, you know? I've been doing this for a minute too, but I don't really do anything. I just kind of sit here and add some flair, you know what I mean?
Well, I got the tech side, but it's mainly the internet and the good camera. We're working off of Xfinity's
untested equipment, right?
I set all this up in about an hour and a half, very rushedly.
I like that word, rushedly.
Rushedly so.
Man, a lot's happened. We haven't been on in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Fucking Bob Saget died, dude.
Dude.
Isn't that sad?
Wait, yeah, we were... Last time
Did Betty White die last time?
I don't even... Oh, man.
I know that she has also died since then, but I don't know if that happened... I know we would have talked about it on the episode. I think we talked about it last episode, which was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks ago.
But Bob Saget died, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I did not see that. Did they say
I didn't see that coming either.
Did they release what the reason was? Like his heart just gave out probably?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Seemed like a busy dude.
I know.
I've been seeing a lot of other weird stuff about him too, though. The internet, social media is divided down the middle on
about Bob Saget.
Yeah. But it wouldn't be the internet if there wasn't division these days.
You know, I hate to talk down on the dead, you know.
Yeah, right? I mean, he's dead. So what?
You know,
R.I.P.
I like all the shit he was in.
Yeah, I was saying.
I was into America's Funniest Home Videos and what's the Family Show, Family Tie, whatever that show was. I don't remember. I wasn't into it. Full House. Yeah, Full House.
You had me.
Why did I want to say Family Ties, dude? What the fuck? That's a whole different show, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that was entirely different.
Yeah, welcome to Gamespeak Podcast.
And welcome to Gamespeak.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 2 weeks. What have you done in the 2 weeks?
So I have been playing a lot of PS5. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
And we'll talk about that a lot. But to balance it out, I've been trying to exercise. I got a gym membership for Christmas, so I've been trying to use it. You know?
I remember. Yeah, I remember you saying that.
I've been going for runs and stuff to make up for my ridiculously long PlayStation sessions that I've been having lately. And,
with no VR thrown in there, because VR used to mix it up with some movement.
Yeah, we've actually been moving a lot of furniture around, so my VR space is kind of cluttered up right now. So I haven't been doing a whole lot of VR, unfortunately. But I'm telling you right now, when the PSVR 2 comes out, it's game over, man. You know? But yeah, I guess we should move on to the gaming. Well, did you do anything crazy this week?
No, not anything notable. No.
All right, well, I guess.
Literally, like I said, been busy with work and then come home and just veg out with video games. I've been playing a good bit, so lots to talk to.
Yeah,
there.
I've got a lot to talk about too. I've been doing some serious gaming, but like on like a few specific games. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk.
But moving on to the video game
Stay
news.
tuned.
Just a disclaimer for you guys. We don't claim any of this news as our own. We are just stealing it from news sources and bringing it to your doorstep and providing it to you in a fashion that is easy to digest. But in no way did we write any of these articles, nor do we claim that we did. So moving on. I'll start it off, I guess. I'll go through the whole thing.
I got.
You got a couple.
Yeah,
we got a couple of gems in there. All right. Quantic Dream, the developer behind recently announced Star Wars Eclipse and Detroit Become Human, is currently developing a second AAA game alongside Star Wars Eclipse. According to an insider with previous knowledge of Quantic Dream's plans, Twitter user ACCNGT, who tweeted screenshots of Star Wars Eclipse days before it was officially revealed at the Game Awards, has claimed that another game, this time being developed by Core Paris team, is underway at Quantic Dream. The game is reportedly based on The Dark Sorcerer, which is a tech demo that Quantic Dream produced for the PS4. In the 12-minute clip, a wizard is seen casting dark magic before it is revealed that the whole thing is taking place on a film set, and the demo devolves into a comedic sketch. Quantic Dream's Detroit Become Human also began life as a tech demo titled Kara. So, interesting stuff. It would be kind of fun.
I don't remember the Dark Wizard thing, do you?
I watched it after I read this article because I didn't remember it, but it was kind of funny, and it was pretty impressive with the graphics and stuff. I think it would be kind of interesting to see them do like a comedy game, like a Tales from Monkey Island or like a, Tales from the Borderland kind of thing where it's like a choose your own adventure that's mainly humor focused. I think they could do that really well. You know?
I mean, because, Detroit is very
serious.
Very serious
most of their games are really serious. I think it would be fun to see them lean into like a funnier thing,
More lighthearted journey.
Yeah.
I feel that. I'd definitely fuck with that. So, Ubisoft is developing a firefighting game about the Notre Dame blaze.
Oh.
I wasn't aware that this was such like I mean, I know it was a significant event, it catching on fire, but like...
When did this happen? Like,
I want to say like 2 years ago, but knowing how my time references have been really off, it's probably been like 4.
Look, all I'm saying is if this isn't in VR, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine this, but in VR. You're, like, fighting your way through burning books, and you're, like, shooting water everywhere, and, like, that would be sweet.
So, Ubisoft has partnered with Path to develop Notre Dame on Fire, a location-based VR escape game based on Jean-Jacques Annaud's docudrama of the same name that will put players in the shoes of the Parisian... Parisian? Am I saying that? Paris?
Yeah, Parisian, I think.
Fire Brigade as they try to save the world famous cathedral from the fire that broke out in 2019. So yeah, it was 3 years ago now.
Dude, that's pretty wild, man. Now that I'm thinking about it.
You called it though.
I
mean,
wasn't
it was
saying that right. But hey, like I'm kind of a proponent of these location-based VR experiences. Like at first, when I found out the Far Cry thing was a location-based thing, it kind of put me off because I'm like, oh, I'll never get to play it. But now that I think about it, it's like that's the only way you could really set up the environment to like work around a whole game. You know what I mean? Is like to have the different set pieces that you actually walk across and stuff. You know what I mean?
Is this gonna get set up right next to Notre Dame and just come save Notre Dame?
Nah, I bet you they'll put it at the zero latency places and stuff, you know what I mean? The same places you go to play the Far Cry thing,
It'd be kind of fucked to have it right next to Notre Dame and be like, relive the fire.
The experience. Yeah, they might sell one to them. I don't know. I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
I would be kind of cool.
There,
I mean, why not,
I just feel like it's a little on the insensitive side.
Yeah, I guess it's just books, though, right? I mean, did anybody get hurt? I don't really know much about the actual incident, so...
I'm not too keen.
I guess
on
I should probably do a little more research.
Yeah, completely talking out our asses right now.
All right, let's see. So it says players will need to spend about 500 hours to quote fully complete Dying Light 2. Developer Techland has confirmed, which I think is probably bullshit. While also acknowledging, because that's what they said about Cyberpunk. You know what I mean?
I said 5. How many hours?
They said 500.
Every single no, even if you were to do all the side quests
On Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I did mostly everything in Cyberpunk, and it did take me about 94 hours. But I think they were expecting you to do like a super slow, stealthy crawl play, you know what I mean? And that's probably what they're expecting you to do on Dying Light 2, you know? I don't know. I'm thinking it's not, because I saw a separate article. I'm not even going to read the rest of this article. But I saw a separate article where they were like, Dying Light could take you about 20 hours to beat. And like in this same article, it goes on to say, if you do the story plus side quests, it should take you less than 100 hours. So it's like I'm hearing lots of different amounts of hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, either way, I'm not tripping. A 20-hour
saying.
game is a pretty decent, you know, experience for a Dying Light type game. You know what I mean? So even at the lowest end of the scale, I'm pretty satisfied. But I'll have to see. The gameplay trailers that I've been seeing lately look awesome, dude. I'm really hyped about that game.
I'm keeping neutral expectations because I'm so tired of getting hyped for things, and then as of late, just getting profoundly let down.
Man,
Battlefield.
Okay, dude. I feel like the trailer looks so good, but also Dying Light 1 was so good to me.
Yeah,
like
phenomenal.
I really enjoyed Dying Light 1. So like unless they just do some like
dude,
huge
I don't know,
backstepping, you know what I mean?
I don't fucking know.
They'd have to really fuck up the formula for it to not be fun for me anymore. You know what I mean?
I feel like we're jinxing it.
I know. Maybe I should shut up. You want me to go again?
No, I got one.
All right.
So, and it's about our favorite boy, old Bobby Kotick.
No, dude. Oh, no.
Oh, he's mentioning it, but
Did
video
he take
game...
a modest pay cut again?
Oh, no. Well,
the opposite?
Not that made a fucking difference. So video game CEOs made tens of millions of dollars in 2020. Activision's Bobby Kotick, EA's Andrew Wilson, and Zynga's Frank Gibeau among
Gibeau?
Don't look. Jamel is the name guy.
Yeah, he's good with the
not.
names. Yeah. Everything we fuck up today, we're just gonna be like, yeah, Jamel's good at that.
Jamel,
we if he was here, it would have been good.
He's probably in the chat watching us like those motherfuckers. So, Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick's salary has been in the news on multiple occasions over the last year, and while he certainly makes significantly more than most, a new report shows that he's in good company with other gaming CEOs, bringing in tens of millions of dollars per year.
That bastard. Huh?
The what? Oh, you
bastard?
said that bastard?
Yeah.
I was like, Games One has compiled a rundown of video game executive pay in the year 2020 based on the company's filings, including salary, bonuses, stock, and other monetary benefits. The report reveals that Bobby Kotick was actually not the highest earning CEO of 2020.
Well, yeah, he took a modest pay cut.
But
dude.
this was 2020. I thought he took that modest pay cut in 21.
Oh, okay. That's real.
That prize goes to Robert Antikol, CEO of Israel-based Playtika.
Oh. Well, I mean, is he like sexually harassing all his employees? He might deserve it, you know?
I mean, at this point in the industry, nothing surprises me. Which makes free to play mobile games. Okay, so in 2020, Antikol made $372 million in total compensation, while Kotick brought in a modest $154.6 million.
Wow. Good for him, I guess.
Yeah, while they were far and away from the top earners, other gaming CEOs similarly made piles of money that year. EA CEO, fuck you, Andrew Wilson received $34.7 million in 2020, while Zynga's Frank Gibeau earned $32 million. Take-Two, which just announced its intention to acquire Zynga, saw its CEO Strauss Zelnick bring in $18 million. Huh. You know, of all the people on this list, if I had to guess which ones were going to be at the top, it would definitely be between Take-Two and Zynga.
Zynga? What does Zynga do?
A whole bunch of mobile games.
Interesting. See, I didn't know about Zynga.
Yeah, ZYNGA. But yeah, not.
I would actually expect the Chinese company, Tencent.
Well,
but I guess they're
like a conglomerate of multiple gaming.
It's probably not one CEO raking in all the dough over there.
It's just
the government.
It's just China.
They pull the mask off. It's just
fucking beat me to it. Yeah, it's just CCP.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
all right.
God.
Moving on. Okay. Important stuff we should probably get to before the rest of the news. There was a big event called the CES, the Consumer Electronics,
like the biggest
whatever.
Tech,
it's a big deal, and there was a few big announcements, including several GPUs and the PlayStation VR 2, which I guess I'll talk about them all individually. So I'll start with PlayStation VR 2 because that's what I really care about, you know what I mean? First of all,
that's what we're all here for right now.
I mean,
now that Jamelian in the picture this episode, we get to talk about VR.
Well, we have to think about VR as a whole, right? Because I think a lot of games, including like Half-Life Alyx, are designed like specifically to be played on like any hardware. They want it to be like accessible, you know what I mean? So I think the beauty of the PSVR 2 is that it's gonna like all games made for PSVR 2 are gonna like utilize the full power of basically a 2070. You know what I mean? So it's like there's not a lot of VR games that exist that require that much power in existence right now. So I'm thinking first of all we'll probably get all the good ports. You'll probably get like Boneworks and Half-Life Alyx and all that shit ported over. But then you're going to have some sweet exclusives. And when they announced the PSVR 2, they announced a bunch of specs. They said it's going to have 4K resolution, like probably the highest, I think, out right now. And it's going to have an OLED screen, which is a huge deal to me. You
I
know
thought the
what
resolution was going to be similar to the
Here, I'll look
Reverb.
it up. Hold up.
It's like 20, 23, 25 something.
Hold up. Let me look this up
Here,
real quick.
I will.
But yeah, it's because they announced all the specs for it.
Yeah, I was looking at it.
And they said it's going to have eye tracking, dude. So like
2000 by 2040 per eye.
Yeah, compare that to I don't know, something else.
All these numbers, damn it.
What's the Oculus right now? I think Oculus and Index are probably the highest resolution right now. I think we know
the
HP Reverb is probably Reverb G2.
Yes.
There's
Reverb
others
G2
that are like not really commercially viable, but
so for comparison, it's going to be slightly better than the Quest 2. The Quest 2 has 1832 by 1920 per eye, and the PSVR 2 will have 2000 by 2040. So it'll be slightly better.
Yeah, but it will be also significantly better in the sense that first of all, you're going to have OLED screens.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're going to have a full PS5 powering it, and you're going to have fucking eye tracking. So, like, foveated rendering suddenly becomes a lot more of a real option now because, like, current foveated rendering works great until you move your eyes to the top of the screen or the side of the screen and everything's blurry. But if you have eye tracking that's, like, literally looking at where your pupils are on the screen, you can make the foveated rendering imperceivable. It would just be your peripheral vision, basically, at all times. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know, man. It's crazy to think, and I think so that's one thing about the Quest 2 is it's actually like one of the lowest FOVs out right now. Like I noticed going from PSVR to Quest 2, that was the biggest thing that jarred me at first was the field of view. Like Quest has like a 80 degree or 90 degree, I think, and PSVR had 100, and this one's gonna have 110, I think.
Shit.
I don't know. So it's gonna be sick, dude.
Give me all that FOV.
And so when they announced it, they showed off a clip from a Horizon Zero Dawn based game. It's gonna be called Horizon
something Mountain?
Call of the Wilds or something. Call of the Mountain. Hang on, let me look.
I think it has something to do with the mountain.
Hold on. I got this.
Where's your article?
Here we go. PSVR 2. Okay. Yeah, it says 4K HDR resolution, OLED display, inside-out tracking, eye tracking technology, and let's see. Oh, but they're not even going to tell about the game? Okay, hold up.
So I guess you multiply that resolution by 2 to get the full resolution, and that's why they're calling it 4K?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know the math and all
Well,
that.
no, I think it's 2060. Yeah, you're right. I think it's like 2K per eye or something. Hang on, let's see. Horizon VR game.
Yeah.
Horizon.
Call of the Mountain.
Call of the Mountain?
Yep.
Okay, I typed in the wrong thing. It brought up that stupid Facebook Horizon game.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Call of the Mountain. It's going to be sweet, dude. The trailer showed like a big fucking robot stepping over. I mean, it didn't show much. For all we know, it could just be like an interactive movie
just
or something.
Like a little ride-along
But
thing,
even if it's just like a sweet showcase of graphics, like, I don't know. I'm really excited for this next generation of PlayStation. And I really think the one thing that PlayStation is going to have in its bag is this huge back catalog of VR games that it already has, you know? I think if it makes them backwards compatible and even, like, upscales the resolution or something on a lot of them,
like, be a big seller.
It would be a big seller because there's a lot of great games already, like Resident Evil 7.
That people don't want to see through a screen door.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are, like, really good games, like Astro Rescue Mission. That was an awesome game.
And it wouldn't be anything to go back to those games either. Like to enable the ability to play those on a PS5 shouldn't be that crazy.
No.
So like for them to not do it would be a complete missed opportunity.
No, yeah. So at the same convention, NVIDIA announced their 3070 Ti and 3080 Ti mobile cards. So you'll be able to use those in like laptops and stuff now. Jesus. They also announced
how?
Hang on, let's see. Razer announced a desk that has a computer built into it, and it's got a huge OLED display and stuff. So it's basically like everything you need to game all built into a desk, and it's got a little thing that warms your coffee up. NVIDIA announced a 3090 Ti that's going to be like ridiculously powerful. It says it's going to have 40 teraflops of performance, which is a full 4 more than the normal 3090.
What?
So
what are people going to do with this card?
I don't
Just
know,
render
man.
the whole damn
Go
Earth?
to space or something? Like
mine all the Bitcoins.
Mine the Earth, yeah. Alienware announced some pre-builds. Some cool like laptops were announced, and then AMD announced some budget cards that were like I think like $250 or something, and also NVIDIA announced a budget card like a 3050 or something like that, a desktop 3050, yeah, and it's supposed to be like $200, and it's supposed to outperform like a 10 or like a 1660 or something like that. I don't know. It's not that great, to be honest with you, but it's also not that bad either for the price. You know, if you're just building like a budget, build.
Yeah, 3050 MSRP going for $250, and then the AMD, I guess.
So you can snag one for like $1,500 if you want right now.
Yeah, fucking mark up for inflation and scalpers and all that fun stuff that just makes me want to rip my hair out. So.
Anyways, cool stuff.
Oh, is that you got some?
No, that's it.
There was also a lot of other very interesting tech demos.
Yeah, that's what I just deemed the most important stuff, I guess.
Yeah, those are the important ones for gaming. But go look into CES. CES is the biggest tech convention like ever. Like
there was a TV or a computer monitor or something that like flips up vertically and like has like a I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like a completely like vertical screen, but it can also go horizontal. I don't know. It was sick.
We got TVs rolling out of boxes now. Like
what?
Yeah, scrolls, like TVs that go into like a scroll, and then.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking. But no, there was some weird robotics stuff that I saw there at on a couple clips from CES. So our AI overlords are not far off.
God, that's happening.
So in a world of delays, we've become very accustomed to. It looks like the Steam Deck will release on time.
I mean,
according to IGN.
On time as in like the delayed time that they just pushed back like 3 months, or like on time like they're going back to the right time that they were originally supposed to release it. Because
Well,
like they shouldn't be bragging that they're getting it out on their delayed fucking time frame that they set. Like, they better get it out. Like,
what was the delayed time in February, or was it further?
It was originally going to come out man, I can't remember.
Well, the article will probably tell us. So Valve has announced that its Steam Deck handheld is on track to ship on time in February, following the previous delay late last year. Okay, so it was after. I completely forgot about that delay.
I'm trying to seem all like, oh yeah.
Hey guys, it's gonna be here on the time we delayed, so it's on time.
Yeah. Now they really gotta get it on time. Like they can't push it back after that.
Additionally, Valve is sending out more developer kits to studios to help test their games for Steam Deck. First and foremost, we're on track to ship the Steam Deck on time. Global pandemic, supply issues, and shipping issues notwithstanding, it looks like. Oh, so they're not. It looks like we'll be able to start getting these out the door by the end of February. So if you pre-ordered one, you're getting it on the first delay.
I pre-ordered one, but I'm like way at the back of the line. You know what I mean?
My neighbor pre-ordered one too.
It was only like $5, and I was like, nah, if I do end up wanting one, I'm gonna wish I had one pre-ordered because there'd be no way to get one otherwise. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anyways, what is it?
Okay.
It's not recording.
Okay.
Oh jeez.
Apparently not.
Oh great.
Oh great.
Oh, we can rip it from YouTube. It's fine.
Jamal, we need you.
It is what it is.
Well,
hey, it is what it is.
Apologies for that.
Sorry, guys, behind the
listeners.
scenes, we're fucking up the episode like we do. Like we be doing.
You just can't catch a break. Over to you, Brent.
All right. The PlayStation 5 is adding a new tournaments feature in 2022. PlayStation boss Jim Ryan has confirmed. Speaking at CES 2022, Ryan talked about what's next for the console, and one of the features he mentioned was something called tournaments, which is presumably themed around competition. This year, we're also planning to introduce a new tournaments feature on PS5, Ryan said. Unfortunately, that was the one and only line he said about the new tournaments feature. So, it is what it is. I think we'll find out more in the coming future, but it sounds pretty exciting. Maybe they'll host some kind of thing where you can win PlayStation money or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Dude, they want our money. They're not trying to give us.
I don't know, man. They could probably give us some fake PlayStation money.
Some
V-Bucks. All right. Should I go again?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Let's see. Mario Kart 8 and its upgraded Mario Kart 8 Deluxe have been a huge success for Nintendo, but it appears the successor is finally speeding towards the development finish line. According to a new game industry consultant, Mario Kart 9 is in the works, and it will include a new twist, as if we expected anything less from Nintendo. Speaking to GamesIndustry.biz, Catan Games consultant Dr. Sirkin Toto, it sounds so legit, gave several predictions for 2022, but one of them was more of an inside scoop than a prediction. Toto said that Mario Kart 9 is in development now, and noted that Mario Kart as a brand has been relatively quiet since the mobile-only Mario Kart Tour launched a few years ago. I'm aware that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still selling very well on the Nintendo Switch, but Mario Kart 9 is in active development and comes with a new twist, and Nintendo could tease it this year, he said. With the Nintendo Switch already approaching its 5-year anniversary, would this new game appear on the Switch, or would it come to whatever system is planned next? That remains to be seen, as does Nintendo's confirmation of the game's existence. I think it's a little far-fetched to think that Nintendo's about to put out another console right after they put out the OLED Switch. You know what I mean? At least a year or two of OLED Switch. I don't know.
I mean, the OLED Switch didn't make sense. So.
But they did put out the 2DS right at the end of the fucking 3DS's life. I don't know, man. They don't do a lot of things that make sense, but...
No, that's not... Yeah, so nothing surprises me at this point.
But, it is interesting to think about what a new twist on Mario Kart could be, because they've done some twisty things before, like Double Dash, and... where really Double Dash is the thing that comes to mind, where they had the two characters, and you know what I mean?
No.
You never played Double Dash, bro?
Dude, no.
Oh, so it was like Mario Kart, but you picked like two characters, and one of them sat in like a sidecar, and like you had like special things going on depending on which character. It was Pretty crazy, bro.
Oh,
Pretty
sounds
crazy,
like
bro.
I
We're double dashing.
missed
Anyways,
it.
let's see. In response to the news that Ghost of Tsushima sold more than 8 million copies, the director of the PlayStation exclusive Days Gone revealed a sales number for the 2019 game. Jeff Ross, who directed Days Gone, has subsequently left the studio and said on Twitter that when he left Sony, Days Gone had sold 8 million copies on console alone. The game has subsequently sold more on PlayStation consoles, plus a further 1 million plus on Steam, Ross said. Ross went on to claim that the local studio management, quote, always made us feel like it was a big disappointment. Ross said the press coverage, but not review scores, was a factor. The press didn't help our case, Ross said. Ross went on to say that Sony management had more faith in Death Stranding than Days Gone. The developer also spoke about the development, saying, development was a slog, but we were a small team learning how to make our first open-world game. All things considered, it's amazing we finished it all. Ross left Ben Studio in December 2020. There are apparently no plans for a sequel despite the huge sales, with Ben Studio now focusing on a new IP. So, sounds like he's a little salty because Ghost of Tsushima is over here getting praise for their 8 million sales, and he's like, we did that with our fucking eyes closed. You know? I don't know, man. I get it. You know, it was a great game, and if I put that much of myself into making a dope game and everybody hated it, I would be mad as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, probably not on the internet. I would probably just privately be mad.
Keep your opinions to
Yeah.
yourself.
But I get it. I definitely get where he's coming from here.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
A lot of passion goes into these projects.
Let's see. Amazon Studios' Fallout TV series adaptation has received its first update in over a year, with the series now planned to enter production sometime this year. This is one of the first updates the series has seen since its teaser in 2020, leading some to wonder about its status. Production will start this year, according to Deadline, with Westworld creator and executive producer Jonathan Nolan helming directing duties for the show's pilot. So that's pretty exciting.
Oh, my God.
What do you got? Oh, God.
Some really big news here, guys.
This is serious news right here.
Super serious.
Let
So
'em know.
I can't even. My Hero Academia is becoming a battle royale, apparently. Adam Bankhurst over at IGN. Bandai Namco has announced My Hero Academia Ultra Rumble, a new free-to-play battle royale game headed to PlayStation.
Free to play? I might try it.
Yeah, I gotta see what it's like. Headed to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam.
Why aren't these coming to the new consoles?
Yeah,
Why isn't it coming to Xbox S and X and PS5? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Maybe we'll find out. As reported by Gametsu, Bandai Namco revealed the game in the latest issue of Weekly Jump magazine, and while a release date wasn't shared, the magazine does tease that players will get to team up to win a 24-player rumble in multiplayer action.
Okay.
Okay, interesting.
All right.
So there's going to be a beta test. Not a lot of details have been given on it as of yet.
Well, that's something to keep your eye on, I guess. Let's see. Xbox Game Pass became an even better deal today with the addition of 3 new games. Although technically there are 5. Game Pass subscribers now have the original Mass Effect trilogy with Mass Effect Legendary Edition, as well as Outer Worlds and Ember. The 3 titles are the second batch to be added to the Xbox Game Pass this month. On January...
Outer Worlds or Outer Wilds?
Outer Wilds, I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought Outer Wilds was already on there.
No, Outer Worlds is already on there.
Oh, weird.
Outer
I thought they were both on there. I'm tripping, I guess.
No, Outer Worlds is on there for a minute. That's why I was confused.
Yeah. Sorry.
Outer
I get
Wilds.
those two mixed up. Anyways.
All the time.
Yeah, I think January 13th we're also getting Splunky 2 and the Anacrusis, whatever that is. So.
Yeah, so we've gotten, by the time you listen to this, you've already gotten all these if you've got Game Pass. So it just keeps getting better and better.
Just keeps getting better.
Doesn't stop. And there's actually news.
About
Did
Game
you hear?
Pass?
Well, it's not specifically Game Pass, but it is rather Phil Spencer's reaction to Sony talking about their own Game Pass.
Man, I got some interesting stuff about the Sony Game Pass thing.
Well, you go ahead and read that. Then
Well, I don't really know where it is. It's like hidden within an article. It's like an article within an article.
Okay, well, just continue then, and we'll come back to this article because this is Phil Spencer's reaction, or like what he has to say to PlayStation's Game Pass attempt.
Let's see. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is getting a sequel, and it will be announced before E3 2022, according to reporter Jeff Grubb. Speaking on January 6, 2022's episode of Grub Snacks on GameSpot's sister site Giant Box, Grubb said the unannounced sequel may be announced in May, or at some point before E3 2022 in June. Expect to hear about the game in a significant way before E3, Grubb said. The reporter added that there is a chance that the game will be released in 2022, but the more likely bet is that it will arrive early 2023. So, cool. I really like the Jedi Fallen Order game. I hope the sequel is even more epic. Let's see.
I got something that's not like an official article that I have on hand, but it's something I've seen several just hearsay. They're more like hearsay articles, but there's word out in the biz that Hogwarts Legacy, the huge RPG that everybody's super excited for, might get postponed to 2023.
Oh, man.
There's a good chance. And apparently there's
I just hope that it's
some troubles happening, according to an insider, but take that with a grain of salt.
Well, as long as the game comes out and it's good, like, I don't care how long it takes. I've waited this long for a game like that. I can wait a little longer.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? I just want a decent game. I want it to fulfill my Harry Potter fantasies.
Hopefully this delay is them adding, like, Quidditch or something.
Oh, my God. Don't even
do
me.
They better
I'll take it all the way to the World Cup, bro.
Yes, dude. I want it all.
All right. Let's see. According to insider Tom Henderson, who is known for accurately reporting on news before it's announced, there are a number of new Last of Us games in the works, and at least one might be here in 2022. Henderson wrote on Twitter that multiple people have confirmed that the rumored remake of The Last of Us for PS5 is nearly finished and might launch in the second half of 2022. Separately, VGC said that it heard the same thing from its own sources about a remake of The Last of Us for PS5 launching in the later half of 2022. In April 2021, Bloomberg reported that a remake of The Last of Us was in the works for PS5, so there's plenty of evidence for its existence. Additionally, Henderson said that a director's cut of The Last of Us Part 2 and the standalone Last of Us multiplayer game are real and on the way. However, Henderson said it's unclear exactly when and how they might be released. Henderson said that the idea with all these Last of Us related projects is to drum up hype for the upcoming Last of Us TV show for HBO, starring Pedro Pascal as Joel and Bella Ramsey as Ellie. The show is in production now, but doesn't have a release date. So, you know, that's exciting stuff. I've actually been putting off replaying The Last of Us Part 2 because I'm like, because I know it's going to look better, because I played it on original PS4, so even with the PS4 Pro patch, it's going to be like way better than when I originally played it. But it's like, now I know there's a director's cut coming. It's probably going to be like full 4K and glorious, and I should probably just wait.
Crispy.
You know?
Super crispy.
I really want that crispy, so I'm going to wait for the crispy, you know.
I would have figured there was already a PS5
version. Yeah, well, they did a patch that unlocks like 60 frames per second or whatever.
Not good enough.
It's actually pretty decent. Like, it looks, it's 1440p, 60 frames per second. So it's like pretty good. But it could be better.
Well, speaking of games that just hit, you know, or PlayStation games hitting a graphical update, have you seen any God of War mods yet?
No. Are they out?
Some people have done some like real fast and preemptively, but nothing super creative yet, or at least that I've seen. There's a lot of like, they mostly consist of like body mods of Kratos, either making his eyes like really big or his arms huge or some dumb shit like that. Nothing super creative like Thomas the Tank Engine flying through the sky or any shit like that, but they'll come.
I'm not going to lie, I really envy people who are playing it like on an ultra-wide monitor. I feel like that would be the dopest way to play God of War 2018.
That would be a pretty dope
You know,
game.
just like super big screen.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that's a dope game, dude. If you are bored, like, I highly recommend it.
I've got it on PlayStation Pro.
Oh, you've already got it. Okay, cool. Yeah. Fucking good game, dude.
Yes. Fantastic.
Okay, let's see. Moving on down. Rainbow Six Extraction is coming to Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass on day one.
What?
Ubisoft and Microsoft have revealed the co-op FPS will be available to subscribers on January 20th. Rather than focus on realistic battles between squads, the spin-off deals with alien invading force. Ubisoft's Chris Early said the decision to bring Extraction to Game Pass at launch is meant to demonstrate how Ubisoft sees the value and choice that game subscriptions offer to players. So that's pretty cool, you know, if you're a Game Pass subscriber. That's probably the most, like, the thing I'm looking forward to the most on Game Pass right now. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yes, sorry. Step away from Mike for a second.
You're fine. Let's see. Resident Evil 4 is officially supported on the Oculus Quest, allowing players to experience the Raccoon City Police Department in a whole new way. Now, thanks to various modders, Resident Evil 2 and 3's PC versions can be experienced in virtual reality too. With thanks to Upload VR, the mods to experience the immersive horror games can be downloaded from the GitHub page of Prey Dog. The mods also work for other Capcom games running in the same engine. The mods let players experience the game in first person with immersive weapon collision, and all cutscenes in each game can now be experienced in true 3D virtual reality too. To be able to play the games in VR, all you need is the PC version of the game and a VR headset. And I read they're working on 7 and 8 also in VR for PC, which is awesome.
Dude, modders are fucking great.
You know,
I love modders so much.
Thank God for them. Like, honestly, Alien Isolation is a modded VR game, and it's really, really good. Some of the mods I've played are decent. You know, I did a Dying Light VR mod, and it was pretty good, except for the cutscenes were so fucking, like, jarringly, like, shaky. It would make you sick, but, like, it really had a lot of potential. Like it had the chance to be like one of the best VR games, because they were originally developing it with like native VR support, and they dropped it like halfway through development.
Well, I mean, the only reason that I'm able to enjoy Skyrim VR is because of modders.
Yeah. Oh.
Like solely because of modders.
I'm glad there are people out there doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I got one.
You got one?
Yeah. Did you hear about this shit? So LAPD officers fired for chasing Snorlax in Pokemon Go instead of robbers.
I mean, okay, I don't blame them, you know, like, but dang.
I mean, is a Snorlax that rare? Like,
no.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, no. I can't think
back
of
when I was playing Pokemon Go, I caught a couple Snorlaxes.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, I get it if it's like a fucking Charizard or something, you know?
Maybe it was a shiny.
But how would you know? You wouldn't.
Where would they go? Yeah, where were they going?
Maybe it was a shiny. Maybe they clicked on it and it was a shiny, and they like the call came through on the radio. It was like, officers, 419, we got a shiny officer ass, and he's like, don't you pull off! I'm gonna get that shiny. And then they got fired. I think we cracked the case. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
So, as reported by Vice and detailed in court documents, so this is a little while ago. Former LAPD officers Louis Lozano and Eric Mitchell were on foot beat patrol on April 15th, 2017, when a robbery at the Macy's at Crenshaw Mall was taking place. Calls began going out to police in the vicinity to respond, and some, like a unit that was at a homicide crime scene, rushed over to the mall. Holy shit, these guys have no excuse.
Wow, dude.
Lozano and Mitchell, on the other hand, ignored the call at first and then responded with a simple no when asked again. As it turns out, they willfully failed to respond to the robbery call and attempted to conceal the fact by saying that they were somewhere other than where they actually were.
That's hilarious. After
listening to the recording in Lozano and Mitchell's police car, the LAPD also discovered that they were playing Pokemon Go on the day of the robbery. The recording showed that at approximately 6:09 p.m., just 5 minutes after Officer Lozano said "screw it" to checking in with communications about the robbery call, Officer Mitchell alerted Lozano that Snorlax just popped up at 46th and Lamert. The court documents read, after noting that Lamert doesn't go all the way to 46th, Lozano responds, "Oh, you know what I can do? You know what I can do? I'll go down to 11th and swing up on Crenshaw. I know that way and I can get to it." Mitchell suggested a different route, then told Lozano, "We got 4 minutes."
it must have been a raid.
Oh my God.
Goodness. That's goofy.
Yeah, for the next 20 minutes they fucked around with that, and then they got busted. The cops got busted playing Pokemon Go and ignoring their calls.
Oh, jeez.
What a crazy world we live in. That was back in 2017. I mean, it was popular back then.
All right. Yeah, I guess that was like peak Pokemon Go. Maybe not peak, but, the craze was still hot. Available with the PlayStation Store on January 4th, the new games are Dirt 5. So these are the free games right now. I'm sorry, I should have explained this. Free PlayStation games for this month are Dirt 5 for PS4, PS5, which is a pretty basic racing game, not going to lie. Not that great. Especially after playing a whole bunch of Forza Horizon 5. Like, I can't go back to any other racing game.
Yeah.
I actually almost bought this racing game the other day. There's this game called Ride 4. And I keep seeing, like, videos of it, like, and it looks like a fucking movie. Like, it's, like, the most realistic video game I've ever seen in my life. But it's like, I just don't care enough about racing to buy that,
I mean, I'm pretty set with Forza, yeah.
But, dude, you gotta, like, look up some clips from Ride 4. It's, like, nuts looking. Like, I've never seen anything like...
Is it VR?
It should. That would be crazy. You probably set your headset on fire.
Assetto Corsa was on sale.
Oh, yeah.
For pretty cheap.
I have that, but I don't know. I couldn't really get into, like... The racing game that I really like on VR headsets is Dirt. Like, Dirt Rally, the original Dirt Rally. Like, I don't know why, but that game runs really well, and it, like, fucking is fun. I don't know.
I haven't played any racing games in VR yet.
Project Cars is pretty decent, too. Both of the Project Cars games are okay in VR. They have, like, really good graphics. Project Cars 2 is pretty demanding with the graphics, so you kind of got to crank the settings down a little on the 2060, but...
Yeah, my poor little 2060.
Putting it through the ringer. But anyway, so we get Dirt 5 for PS4, PS5, and we're getting Deep Rock Galactic for PS4, PS5. I haven't tried that one, but it seems fun.
I've heard a lot of good feedback. I have a couple friends
about Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah.
So that's free right now. I definitely will check it out.
It's also on Game Pass as well.
Oh, cool. I love that. And we also got Persona 5 Strikers. So, if you're a nerd like me, that is definitely a good one right there. Okay, moving on. Microsoft and nail polish brand OPI are working together on a new line of hues inspired by gaming. The partnership between the two companies also gives players the chance to unlock special content for Halo Infinite and Forza 5. So they're making a bunch of like nail polishes that match like Halo and stuff. I think that's kind of cool because I
haven't
feel
showered in 3 days. Yellow.
Right. I mean, like I feel like girls that like games don't have enough cool video game shit. Like there's all kinds of cool dude accessories. You know what I mean? I'm cool with some Halo nail polish or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if they want to make it.
And you unlock
by all means.
So if you buy like the red nail polish or whatever, you get like a red gun in the game that it's for or whatever.
Okay.
Or like a red car in Forza, you know what
I
mean?
Gonna go buy some nail polish.
Right?
Oh, shit.
Should I move on?
Yes.
We'll see. Okay. The Hitman Trilogy, which includes 3 games in the World of Assassination series, will come to Xbox Game Pass on January 20th. IO announced today as part of the company's Year 2 reveal. The Hitman Trilogy will also be available digitally for direct purchase on January 20th for the PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, the Epic Game Store, and Steam. We're excited to welcome a new wave of players to enjoy the full trilogy through new platforms and services, IO said in a news post. The Hitman Trilogy was revealed as part of IO's wide announcements about the future of Hitman 3 as it enters its second year. The studio has big plans to support the game with technical improvements, Hitman VR on PC, and a new single-player mode called Hitman Freelancer, among other things.
Freelancer.
I gotta say this. Hitman VR, Hitman 3 VR, well, Hitman, it has, okay, first of all, it's all 3 games completely redone in VR. And the Hitman levels are like the perfect VR setting. Like they're like big playgrounds, like big fucking beautiful playgrounds. And like they managed to get it looking real good on the base PS4. So like I can only imagine how amazing it's going to look fucking on a PC through an Oculus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or really any PC headset, you know what I mean?
But is Hitman going to it's confirmed for PC as well?
Yes.
Okay.
It's confirmed for PC, and not only is it confirmed for PC, but you're going to have full hand control and stuff. Like the PS4 Hitman, the only downside was you had the controller and it was controlling like both of your hands, so when you strangle people, you'd like go up behind them and like squeeze the trigger and like do like that, you know?
Yeah,
but
I
it
can see
was
how that would suck.
It was still fun, you know. It just it had its own little drawbacks, you know. But this is going to be fucking perfect. Like, honestly, it was still one of the most fun, like, VR games I've ever played, even with the weird controller situation.
Yeah,
so
you talked very highly of it.
I am so excited for you to get to play this. Like, and I'm pretty sure the first level, Dubai, is free to play. Like, to get people as, like, an incentive to play the game. You know what I mean? So you can at least try that one for free on VR if you want. You know what I mean? So I'm really excited for you to get, you play Dubai. The cool thing is you can play each level like 20 times, and it's like a different experience every time.
Well, yeah, because you can like come up with different, like, make creative ways to take the target out.
It's cool because you can make your own ways, or there's like every level has like maybe 30 missions like built into the like level that you can like follow a quest line, and it'll take you and do all kinds of wacky shit, you know what I mean, and like end up leading you to like where you would, you know, inevitably kill your target, or like a scenario where you could kill all of your targets at once, you know what I mean? It's really fun, man.
Just level the whole building.
Dude, there's some weird shit. Like, there's one level where you're, like, in a winery, and you can, like, lure them into the grape smasher and, like, have a grape smasher smash them. Or, like, if they're standing under, like a lifeboat and a boat, you can, like, untie the lifeboat and drop it on them. Or, like, you can, like, cut the chandelier when they're in, like, the middle of a ballroom, and the chandelier will fall. It's, like, that kind of shit.
Okay, the whole chandelier, I feel like you're not going to die fast from a chandelier falling on you.
No. But as long as you die,
you're going to scream.
But see, that's the thing. That's another thing that's great about Hitman is like it's all about like disguises and staying out of sight. Like a lot of like stealth games are like, you know, hide in the shadows, crouch behind cover. Hitman's like steal this disguise and like walk past all the people, but like watch out for that manager who knows all of his like servers because he'll recognize you, kind of thing. You know, it's really a smart, fun espionage kind of game. I don't know. I really am into those games. Anyways, let's see. Okay, here we go. This is the one I was talking about earlier. Sony has started to pull PlayStation Now gift cards from retailers in the UK. While this has already been happening in the United States for a few weeks, the action has gained more prominence given recent rumors of PlayStation launching its own competitor to Xbox Game Pass. VentureBeat's report says that by Friday, January 21st, retailers in the UK will have to pull all PS Now cards from their shelf. Game, a UK video game retailer, sent a message out to its stores this week reading, "Stores will have until the close of day Wednesday 19 January to remove all POS and ESD cards from the customer-facing areas and update their digital bays in line with this week's upcoming commercial update." Last month, Bloomberg reported that Sony is planning to launch a subscription service similar to Xbox Game Pass. It's codenamed Spartacus and is allegedly a 3-tier system, with the first tier retains existing PlayStation Plus benefits, while the second tier gives players access to a library of PS4 titles. The third tier reportedly includes extended demos, game streaming, and legacy content from past PlayStation platforms, such as PS3, PS2, and PSP games. A Sony spokesperson later told VentureBeat, "Globally, we are moving from PlayStation Now gift cards to focus on our current cash denomination PlayStation gift cards, which can be redeemed for PlayStation Now." So it sounds like PlayStation Now is about to go bye-bye, and I think probably everything that's on PlayStation Now will soon be, like, free for, like, I think we're going to have a rebranding of sorts. Because, honestly, PlayStation Now needs a rebranding. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not necessarily a bad service. It's just nobody cares. You know what I mean? Especially not with Game Pass. You know? We need to change the name, change the price, change a few other things about it, make it more accessible from like the home menu, you know? I don't know. I think there's things that PlayStation can do to be competitive in that marketplace, especially with their huge library of like, you know, old games that are
bomb ass title.
you know.
They definitely have a hefty arsenal to pick from. So Phil Spencer has heard the news and reacts to rumors of PlayStation Game Pass competitor. So this is by our boy Joe Screbbles. So head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, has reacted to rumors that PlayStation is working on a service similar to Xbox Game Pass, saying that he sees it as an inevitability and is the right answer for how to get games to players. Speaking to IGN's Ryan McCaffrey, Spencer addressed the recent rumors, which have pointed to a new service codenamed Spartacus set to replace the existing PlayStation Plus. Yada yada. As you know, Spencer began, so many of these things actually intertwine with themselves, from backwards compatibility in terms of a way of building out a library of games that we have shipping on PC and console simultaneously. Knowing that Game Pass is going to come and we want to bring Game Pass to multiple platforms, all these decisions kind of stack on top of themselves. I don't mean it to sound like we've got it all figured out, but I think the right answer is allowing your customers to play the games they want to play, where they want to play them, and giving them the choice about how they build their library, and being transparent with them about what our plans are in terms of our PC initiatives and our cross-gen initiatives and other things. So when I hear others doing things like Game Pass or coming to PC, it makes sense to me because I think that's the right answer.
Okay, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, he's like, cool.
He's like, yeah.
Game Pass is still going to whip that ass.
I feel like Game Pass has a head start, that's for sure.
Well, I mean I doubt that...
But then again, PlayStation Now has been out for a minute. Like I don't know.
Were there day one first-party games coming out?
See, that's the question. I don't think they're going to do that ever.
I don't think so either.
You know?
Sony's way too stingy about it. Like, they want to keep making their money and some.
Yeah.
I don't see them going the extra mile like Microsoft has.
I do see them putting a big roster of old games out, though, which is
fun. Yeah.
You know, I don't have a problem with that. I like playing old games, you know?
Yep.
So, I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Let's move on down. GSC Game World has announced that it has delayed the release of Stalker 2 Hearts of Chernobyl to December 8th, 2022. That's a big delay. The game was previously planned to launch on April 28th. These additional 7 months of development are needed to fulfill our vision and achieve the desired state of the game, GSC says in a statement. Stalker 2 is the biggest project in the history of GSC, and it requires thorough testing and polishing. We are convinced that development should take as long as necessary, especially in the case of such a project. So, hopefully that comes out good. And one more here. God of War's recent launch on PC is proving to be a big success right away, it seems. Sony's action game was the #1 best-selling bestseller on PC Steam by dollar sale last week, according to SteamDB. The game also had more than 73,000 peak concurrent players at its highest point, and the game remains massively popular. This is thousands higher than Horizon Zero Dawn's peak concurrent record, and factors bigger than Days Gone in terms of peak concurrent players. So it's doing better than all the other Sony games that have come out, which is to be expected because it's a freaking great game. God of War for PC released on Steam and the Epic Game Store on January 14th. Valve shares data publicly, but the same can't be said for Epic Game Store, so we don't know exactly how well the game is doing on Epic's platform. But I'm betting it's doing pretty good considering they had that big sale a little while ago where they were giving out those $15 coupons like fucking candy. I bet a lot of people bought it in that sale and are playing it on the Epic Game Store.
I opened the Epic Game Store for the first time in a long time the other day.
Bro, I open it at least once a week just to claim my free games. I have like hundreds of games
I
on the
need to-
Epic Game
yeah,
Store that
I
I've
keep
gotten
forgetting
for
to do that.
free. And I've got, during that little Christmas time thing where they give you like 15 games in a row, they gave me like, they gave me like Control, a bunch of random games. Like, I already had Control, but still, it's like if you don't have some of these games, they're like really good games
Yeah.
for free. They gave you the whole Tomb Raider trilogy at the end of the thing. It was
Damn.
they gave you like Tomb Raider reboot, the Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It was a good thing. Anyways, that's all I got as far as the news. Let's move on over to currently playing, or no, this week's releases. That's right. Let's see what we got here. Coming at you this week, we got Death's End RE Quest for Switch, coming April 27th for $29.99. When video game programmer Arata Mizunene receives an email from his missing colleague Sheena Niminime, he soon discovers that she is trapped as the only player in a virtual video game world they created, World's Odyssey. Sounds a lot like every other anime where they have to get trapped in a fucking virtual reality game. Clan O'Connell.
The RE before everything.
Dude, I don't know, man. That's a weird thing. Like, Kingdom Hearts does it. Like, lots of random animes do it. Weird anime thing. Clan O'Connell. RE, The Crown and the... No, I'm just kidding. I just threw that in there. Clan O'Connell and The Crown of the Stag for PC. Coming April 28th for an unknown amount of dollars. Clan O'Connell and The Crown of the Stag is a 2D art-driven puzzle platformer inspired by Celtic mythology. Okay.
Quaint.
Yeah, quaint. And then we've got Second Extinction coming to Xbox One and Xbox Series S and X on April 28th for Game Pass amount of dollars. Second Extinction is an intense 3-player cooperative shooter where your goal is to kill all the dinosaurs.
I really hope they added more to that game.
Yeah, I haven't even played it. That's another one I got for free on the Epic Game Store that I haven't tried yet. It looked cool from the little thing. Like
it's fun to play, but then after 30 minutes, you're like, okay, that's kind of it.
Yeah, I feel that. That's a lot of games
They
for
need
me
more
these
content.
days. All right. So then we got Star Wars Pinball VR coming to PSVR, PCVR, and Oculus Quest on April 29th for an unknown amount of dollars. Star Wars Pinball VR upgrades the Star Wars Pinball experience with new features exclusive to enjoy in VR.
Wow.
Yeah. So then we got Insurmountable coming to PC on April 29th for, again, an unknown amount of dollars. Confront various terrains as a lonely mountaineer and endure the countless dangers of climbing. Many tough decisions await you in a risky environment. Make your way up and down the mountain, overcoming insurmountable heights. Okay. Then we got Total War Rome Remastered coming to PC, Mac, and Linux on April 29th for a question mark amount of dollars. Total War Rome Remastered puts you back on the battlefield to relive the legacy that defined the award-winning strategy game series, now remastered to 4K with refinements to gameplay.
Wow.
Then we got Hammer Helm coming to PC on April 29th. Wait, April?
What?
Why are these all in April? Okay. Well, I've just realized I've been reading all these and they've been saying April. So this is just what I was sent. You know what? I'm just gonna. What up, whoever said that? Howdy.
That was a while back. I just
Look,
switched over to this.
look, guys. I'm just gonna give up. This is what I'm just. Okay.
I thought that was a little early for Second Extinction because it's still in early access.
Good God. All right. Moving on. Sorry about that, fellas. This is the jankiest episode of Gamespeak Podcast. Moving on to currently playing.
Jamel's sick.
This is what happens.
We're left to our
We
vices.
set on fire. We burn to the ground.
We're like the last two brain cells just scurrying around.
Floating around, yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. God damn it.
All right. Currently playing. What are you playing, Devin,
I mean, over the 2 weeks, I did play considerably more than I usually do because I'm the one to get kind of stuck on a game or the same game.
Yeah, me too.
But no, I have a good little myriad of different gaming experiences that I had in the past 2 weeks. Yeah, like that nice vocabulary I'm throwing at you, kind of make up for the really shitty quality of the show.
Yeah. With vocabulary words.
Yeah. We are now switching to an ASMR. No. So I modded Cyberpunk. I mainly did it to see if I could and how hard it would be.
What'd you do?
Nothing crazy. I more so went for the stability. Just trying to do like quality of life improvements. But I gotta say, before I even modded it, I spent some time to see like where the current state of the game was, because they had put out a couple updates since I last played it.
Is it better than you remember, or about the same?
It was a good bit more stable, and it seemed like there was more NPCs filling the streets.
Oh, cool.
More often. That was a big thing that I noticed, was it seemed more alive. As soon as people get panicked, though, if you turn away, they all disappear. There's a mod to fix that. There's actually a mod to fix that. So,
good.
Yeah,
did you do it?
I did. And like things like that, like gameplay bugs and all that other stuff.
Did you mod Keanu Reeves into having sex with you?
No, I didn't. But
Damn.
I will. No, I didn't. Yeah, like I said, nothing really crazy. I just wanted to see how easy it was to mod and if I could do it and what kind of issues I'd come across. And it was pretty stable. And I was able to just use the mod manager, no jumping through hoops. So like intricately placing script extenders here and there and launching from a different no, it was pretty cut and dry.
Oh, that's always good.
I was able to mod it and launch it. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time with that and probably throw some crazy shit in there. And I'll get back to y'all, well, not next week, but
you should see if you can get it running in VR, dude.
Fucking clear my whole third floor of my apartment building with my PC. No, thank you. My little 2060 is already shaking in the case here. But and then obviously played COD with Jamel. It's the only reason I play COD anymore is if the boys are on, I'll hop on. We got a couple dubs in Caldera.
Love that.
One or two, for sure one. And then me and Jamel hopped on some duos in the Rebirth and got 2 back-to-back. Super easy. It was kind of like, what the fuck's going on?
Love that.
So yeah, that was fun. My favorite VR experience over these 2 weeks was Thief VR.
What?
Yeah, it was
like
on sale.
Wait, Thief VR?
Thief VR. Nothing to do with the Thief
series?
franchise.
Oh, okay, different game.
No,
you're talking about Thief Simulator VR?
Thief Simulator, yes. Yes.
So I haven't actually played that, but I have Thief Simulator on my Switch.
Dude, so this is the first game. First of all, this is the first game that I drove a vehicle in. So
it's
that was
cool,
interesting.
right?
Yeah, really, it was a lot more intuitive than I thought it was going to be.
The first game I drove...
Good.
I was going to say, the first time I drove a vehicle in VR was Resident Evil 7, actually. Like, the part where you, like, have to get in the car and run over Jack. And that was so fucking intense. Yeah, you're actually, like, you have to, like, hit the gas and, like, drive it, and you're in this tiny little garage, so you're, like, slamming into walls and shit, like, trying to hit the fucking Jack. It's, like, honestly the best VR boss fights ever, like.
That sounds pretty fucking dude. So Thief Simulator actually did a pretty good job, but it's almost a little too like real because you have to turn the ignition on, you have to put it in drive or reverse or park.
That's awesome.
and then you have to use one hand to steer or both. I think you can use both and drive. And then I'm not sure, but I was driving like a pedestrian because I was scared. Like whenever I was leaving, I had just robbed a place. I ran to the car real quick, got in, and I was like, wait. I was like, if I speed, I was like, are people going to call the cops? Because there's pedestrians walking everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I was like, got on the road and was like moseying down. You can use a turn signal.
Oh, that's awesome.
To turn. But yeah, it's pretty fun.
Did you get caught?
No, I did like two very simple robberies and didn't get caught. But there also weren't people in the house. So
you can do robberies with people in the house? I'm
assuming, yeah.
You have to like shoot them?
There's a bunch of no.
This sounds like it could get dark really fast. Yeah.
I think the whole point is just to be a thief, not a murderer.
Yeah.
But
you know.
But no.
That's what they said. You gotta try Thief Simulator on VR. That's what he was just saying.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about right now.
I tried to bring up the feed. I can't see who commented that.
Sorry, viewer. We can't see who you are, but we appreciate your input and we love you.
Oh, here it is. Oh, good. Oh, Jeffrey Lewis.
Oh,
yeah,
Jeffrey.
That's what we're talking about. But I only played like the intro mission, and then the second like little. I went and stole a fucking TV out of a house. Like,
oh, that's fun.
And it wasn't a good TV. It was a
Do
shit.
you like get money for the stuff you steal?
And experience.
Oh, that's
and
fun.
So I loaded my backpack up with frying pans and toasters.
You're the worst thief ever. Frying pans and toasters.
I stole this person's way of living. There was nothing in this little house.
You're just inconveniencing them. You're not even like taking anything valuable.
They can't cook any food. They can't even watch anything.
They don't even know what you stole until they go to like make a grilled cheese and they're like, "Fuck!
God damn it!" But yeah, it's pretty cool. So that was my VR highlight of the week. I'm pretty sure. I played some other shit like VR chat with my brother and cousin. We love going in there and just seeing all the weird, goofy shit.
The weird shit.
Yeah, it never fails. No matter what world you go to, you can just pick one at random, and you're like, oh, this looks interesting. Go in there. It's gonna be some weird shit.
Always some
guaranteed.
Weird shit.
And then a little bit of blatant sorcery, messing with some new mods. Well, old, updated mods, but I also played Forza Horizon, played a little bit of that. And then the game that I've been playing most these 2 weeks, and I'm going to catch some shit for this, but this is my, how you have Avengers.
Yeah.
Well, I like Outriders now.
Outriders? Oh, I haven't played that yet. I've heard it's good, though.
Well,
I'll actually play that with you. It's on Game Pass, right?
Yeah, it is on Game Pass, and me and my cousin started it, and my brother's been kind of playing with us here and there, but it's been such a nice, step away from COD. It's not great by any means. Do not get me wrong. If you do not love looter shooters, don't fuck with this.
I've heard it's pretty good. Like I've heard like several critics enjoyed it.
Well, the general consensus is that it was terrible.
Really?
Which it wasn't a bad. From what I understand, there's been a big update before I got into it, and that fixed a lot of issues. Regarding like stability crashes, and then also like this loot glitch, and the expeditions, which are like the end game missions, they were timed, and so to get like the maximum reward, you had to sprint through them using the most efficient methods. Only those methods. Like there was a very narrow window of margin margin of error, and so you had to run it exactly how the game wanted you, basically, or like the best way you possibly could. And you're timed. But they took all that out. They fixed a lot of issues. And it's very easy to like kind of see where the story's going to go next, but the fights are fun and the abilities. You have like there's 4 different paths, as they call them. There's one guy who's like a technomancer. He uses technology in some form or fashion, controls it. They all have powers, by the way. It's anomaly powers. It's like Destiny and Gears of War had a bastard child, and this is it.
That sounds kind of tight.
I've
almost got it. Like I've almost played it a few times. Like it looks good to me.
I would give it a shot. Like I said, I'm enjoying it. It's been a nice little step away from COD to like have a shooter and be able to like go through a co-op story with people too. So,
bro, I almost bought Avengers again this weekend because
PlayStation.
It's only $10 at GameStop, and a PlayStation version has Spider-Man in it. So I was like, man, I wouldn't mind replaying the story on 4K, just to get a little Spider-Man action in my life,
Hell yeah.
And I pretty much exclusively played as Iron Man in my last playthrough. So I think if I do get it on PS5, I'm just going to avoid playing as Iron Man as much as possible, except in like the crucial story missions where you have to play as Iron Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard Spider-Man was done okay, but not...
Yeah, I don't really...
When you're comparing it to, like, fucking the Spider-Man game, though, like, it's...
I'm not expecting it to be, like, super detailed or anything, but I just really like Spider-Man, and I feel like he would be... That's why, I don't know, I feel like he'd be a fun character to play as in that
For sure, well, yeah,
setting,
Spider-Man's just his mechanics and his powers and everything.
Yeah.
It's a whole different... It gives it a whole, like, different dimension to it. Cause
I feel like his character is going to play, like, Black Panther mixed with, like... I don't know, with like grappling hooks that he can swing around with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah. And then I just played Rocket League. That's it. So what about you?
All right. So speaking of Spider-Man, I have beat Spider-Man Remastered, which was awesome. Like, they did a great job with the remaster. First of all, I got to say, Insomniac is just killing it lately. Like 3 out of like the 4 games that I played are developed by Insomniac, and they're really, really well done. Like, I feel like Insomniac has mastered like taking full advantage of the PS5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the Spider-Man remaster is really special, and it was really good. And it comes for free with Spider-Man Miles Morales. Which is awesome. Like, even if you buy the game, download the download the Spider-Man remastered code, and then just go sell Miles Morales back to GameStop for like $20, like, you still get to keep your, Spider-Man remastered, thing.
Well, isn't Miles Morales essentially? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of story content, but it's the same map, just reskinned with some snow, right?
That's what I was gonna say. So I actually went into Miles Morales and I played it entirely. Like, I played everything about I like 100%ed Miles Morales. And the game itself, like the story itself, only takes about 6 hours to beat. And then you factor in another like 6 hours, you can beat like everything about the game. You know what I mean? Like, it's really short, but it's also really fun. But you're right, the map is basically exactly the same as the first game. It honestly feels like a DLC that like got out of hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that whenever I first heard about it, and then it wasn't like a whole separate installment. It was using a lot of the same engines and everything. I was like, And then they ended up selling it for full price.
Yeah, they sure did. But they packaged they packaged with it Spider-Man Remastered with all of its DLC. So I feel like you're actually getting a really good deal with the Spider-Man Miles Morales purchase.
Yeah, that's
Will say this.
That's a fair statement.
So, like, I also, when I played Spider-Man Remastered, I played the DLC, the City That Never Sleeps DLC. And I gotta say, if you put all 3 of the City That Never Sleeps DLCs together, it would actually be a longer game than Miles Morales, and have more like side content too. That's why I really think Miles Morales was meant to be like a 3-part thing, like the City That Never Sleeps DLC.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And they were probably like, we can make this as a whole game. I don't know, man.
Well, probably has something to do with the PlayStation 5 coming out too.
Totally. And I will say this, Miles Morales, the game, noticeably, despite the other one being remastered, Miles Morales looks noticeably better than, Spider-Man Remastered. And I think it's just because it's a newer game, you know what I mean? But it's really, really well done. One thing I will say about both of them is that there's 3 different graphics modes on the PS5. There's Fidelity mode, which is like 30 frames per second, but it's full 4K, like native 4K with ray tracing and like, all kinds of crazy shit. And then there's performance mode, which is full 4K without ray tracing. And then there's performance ray tracing, which is like 1800p or something with ray tracing, 60 frames per second. And like, I jump back and forth between performance and performance ray tracing. So like in Spider-Man Remastered, I played with performance mode because the lighting effects were cool and all, but I don't feel like it warranted the drop in resolution. But with Spider-Man Miles Morales, I played with the performance ray tracing mode. I don't know why.
His powers, like, he has like electricity and whatnot. So there's
the
probably
lighting
a lot more
effects were great. Well, also like when you're swinging through the city, there's like I don't even know how to explain it, but you could like see the light like bouncing off of everything. It was beautiful, dude. And that's like dope. When you're like running up the buildings, you see your like reflection in the windows and stuff. Like it was really well done. So I completely just smashed both of those games. And then I was like, all right, I got to find something else to play. And I was playing a little bit of like Call of Duty Zombies, and I was like, all right, I need something new. So I completely 100%ed Spider-Man Miles Morales. I was like, I'll take it to the store and see what I can get with it. And I had a $25. Wait, no, hold up. Hold up. How did I get that one? Oh yeah. So I just bought Returnal because it was on sale, right? It was like on sale for like $20 off or something. So I was like, fuck it, I'll get it because I've heard good things. and I was like, I know it's hard as fuck, so I'm going to go sell Miles Morales at GameStop, and I ended up getting Ratchet and Clank with the money I got from
Rift
Miles
Apart?
Morales. Yeah. So I was like, I'll use Ratchet and Clank as like my chill game, and then Returnal will be like my, hardcore game. You know what I mean? So I've been jumping back and forth between the two. And I will say that Returnal is, like, gameplay-wise, like, one of the most fun games I've played in a long time. Like,
yeah, it looks really good,
It's
too.
really fun. Like, it's a lot like Hades in the sense that you're constantly just trying and, like, getting a little further every time. It's got, like, a Dark Souls-y sense of achievement.
You never win. You just do a little better every time.
I feel like I'm going to win at some point. I'm getting so good at it. Like,
I don't know, man. I've heard a lot about how fucking hard Returnal is.
Man.
And I've seen, like, I made it to the first boss, and just the amount of shit that is on the screen at any given time. Like, so many projectiles that you've got to, like, weave through. And
so I just beat the first boss, and
yeah.
I think the trick to beating the first boss is to, A, have an astronaut figurine with you, which gives you an extra life, and B, carry a health pack with you. If you time your health pack to, like, where you're almost dead, like, and then you use your health pack, you basically have 3 lives to beat him. So if you can take away his 3 life bars faster than he can take away your 3 life bars. So like,
after you get past him, is there a checkpoint, or do you have to go through him again when you start your next
so
run?
you don't have to go through him again unless you want to. But once you beat him, you get the Crimson Key, and the Crimson Key lets you unlock the Crimson Gate. And so if you die and respawn from the crash site, you just have to find the Crimson Gate, and the Crimson Key is a permanent item that you get to keep, so you can skip that boss fight from there on.
I'm about to say that'd be really shitty if you had to fight that motherfucker every time.
Yeah. But it's worth exploring the first level still, because it's, like, way easier than the Crimson Sea, and, like, you can really loot up and get a bunch of good loot and stuff before you go out there. I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun with it personally, but it has been frustrating to the point where I have to switch off to Ratchet and Clank every now and then. And Ratchet and Clank is another game made by Insomniac, so they've been busy recently. And I gotta say, Ratchet and Clank is one of the most impressive games I've ever played.
I heard there are a lot of aspects of that game are surprisingly, well, I say surprisingly, but Ratchet and Clank has built a pretty good rapport.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's always been, like, good, you know.
But I heard it looks good and plays really good.
So, like, I kind of expected it to, like, look good and be, like, stable and stuff, like, and it does. It's seriously amazing looking. But, like, it's also, like, got a really good story. The gameplay is really good. The humor is fucking hilarious. Like, it's like really, really good. Like, I don't know it's better than Psychonauts 2, like, significantly better. You know what I mean? Like, and I really liked Psychonauts 2. You know what I mean? So when it comes to those, like, cartoony, wacky platformer games, like, I don't know, it's trippier than Psychonauts 2. I don't know why I want to compare it to Psychonauts 2, but it really kind of, like, hits the same notes for me. You know what I mean?
You know what I could use a return to?
Huh.
Jak and Daxter.
Oh my
Every time
goodness,
I think of
dude.
Ratchet and Clank, I always go, because I played Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter around the same time.
Yeah.
Whenever I did play those.
Jak and Daxter was hot too back in the day, dude.
Oh, dude.
Man.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with both of those, you know. But I gotta say, one thing about Returnal that really gets under my skin,
really
grinds my gears, is that so I played the 3 Insomniac games. All 3 games have the performance ray tracing, the performance, and the fidelity mode. All 3 of the Insomniac games, including Ratchet and Clank. Returnal doesn't have any kind of graphics mode option, which is cool. You know, it's a console game. I don't expect it to, you know, but it's, like, heavy on the ray tracing. Like, it is, like, all out with the ray tracing, which sounds
some frame dips,
which sounds awesome, right? But it's like there's no frame dips, but it's like an adaptive resolution or something.
Oh god.
And, like, okay, so it's scaled up from 1080p to, like, 1440p or something, and that's, like, the max resolution you get. So when you're on my brand new fucking 55-inch 4K TV, you know what I mean? You can see the fucking pixels, you know what I'm saying? And
because it's not
it bothers
native.
me,
yeah,
dude. It's not native resolution. just like, okay.
If it was on like a regular 1440 screen, it'd be fine.
Yeah, well, I played a little bit on my phone. That's another thing I found out that's really cool. The PS5 has a feature called remote play.
Remote play.
Yeah, I did a little bit of remote play on my phone, and it looked amazing on my phone. You know what I mean? But you blow it up to see all those pixels. I'm actually thinking about remote playing it over to my computer monitor. You know what I mean? That probably would work.
Or couldn't you just hook it up to your computer monitor?
Yeah.
Doesn't it have like HDMI inputs?
Yeah, I'm too lazy. I'd have to like go all the way over there, and then
But the latency, and that's gonna matter in a game like Returnal.
Yeah, and also I'd have to hook my computer speakers up to the other monitor. It's a whole thing.
Really? Because right now it's sounding less complicated to just hook the PlayStation up to the monitor.
Right now, the least complicated option is to just deal with the little pixeling and artifacting every now and then and just play.
It fucks with your eyes, though. It is. I can tell.
You know what I mean, though.
Yes.
It grinds my gears.
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
because like some games that I boot up on my PC, I play on a 4K screen as well, and sometimes they'll like automatic, like it'll be just presets into 1080, and I'm just like, my eyes are like insulted. Like
yeah, that's offensive, dude.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
1440
like,
kind of
wrong.
is insulting on the 4K. You know what I mean?
I'll try to like focus my vision. I'm like, oh, it's 1080.
No, but I am being picky. Returnal does have aspects of it that are really impressive. Like, it has like insane particle effects. Like every time you like go through a teleporter or something, your whole character just dissolves into like a bazillion particles, and you like, oh, you've played a little bit of it, so you kind of know.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So much shit being on the screen at once.
Really wild.
Yeah, the boss's attacks. He sends out waves of these like lights and bubbles and shit.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what to
but
explain
I just feel like if they had toned it down on the ray tracing a little, they could have achieved a full 4K resolution. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, it's dope. You know what I mean? But
I mean, most of the moves in that game revolve around light.
Yeah, this is one of those games that might actually be better if you are stuck on a last gen TV. You know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. So that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Oh yeah. Fuck it. And then Jamel just Warzone, just filling in for him.
Oh, good. Yeah. All right. Moving on over to the topic of the show. Oh gosh, yeah.
I don't like this topic.
Yeah, me
Which
either.
Actually, this is kind of hard. Were you trying to? So go ahead, tell them what the topic is first.
So the topic of the show is how much money we spend a month on video games. This is not meant to be like a bragging thing. This is just kind of like a reflection on our life choices.
And did you do it like? Did you do it like a specific month, or did you try to like average it?
I kind of did like an average, because if I just did last month, it would be like a bazillion dollars, because I bought a bunch of random gaming shit. But like,
I actually took out a mortgage.
Yeah, on a normal month, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So okay, there's a lot of things to think about.
Yeah. What did you take into factor? I tried to factor in all my gaming subscriptions.
Right, gaming subscriptions, random games that you're buying throughout the month, any DLC, anything like that you would like. Okay, controllers. I don't know if you buy a controller monthly. That's one of those things I wouldn't factor in. No, I mean, no.
I was like, I was like,
who would do that? I don't know.
I don't know. What are you doing?
You're some kind of controller fanatic or something.
Well, I know some people that just don't give a fuck about their controllers, and they go through controllers that fast.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people need that might be like a thing. Some people just have to buy regularly.
That is a thing. Fucking stop.
Let's see.
Dude, honestly, yes, because of Steam sales and Game Pass. No, that's a great.
He says monthly spend on games. I feel like it's not too bad because of Game Pass and Steam sales, but the microtransactions look cool. See, okay.
And that was Hans Yoder. Sorry, I get so excited when I read a comment and want to reply instantly, but the listeners can't see these comments.
So I feel like once I calm down from my PS, also Oculus stuff. I buy a lot of like Oculus games. You know what I mean? A lot of them I don't even really use. I'll get like a notification from Oculus like, oh, 30% off on your next purchase. I'm like, I gotta get something. You don't ever get those?
I need to find where the fuck they're sending these emails.
Bro, no. I get coupons like regularly, and they're like, use the code Oculus30 to get 30% off of your next purchase. I'm like, I get that a lot.
My dumbass goes to the sales section of the Oculus page, which has never seen a fucking game ever.
See, okay, I'm a sucker for sales too. Like any kind of sale, you know. But
and that's why Steam is bad.
I gotta say, I spend at least like $20 to $30 like a paycheck. You know what I mean? That's on the low side. If it's like, so okay, at least $15 for Game Pass, right? And then I almost always buy one of those mystery boxes for like $6 from Fanatical. So for $6 on Fanatical, they'll give you a mystery pack with like 10 games. I'm addicted to the thrill of the hunt. You know what I mean? I find lots of like hidden gems this way.
No, Brent, you're just a gambler. No.
I am. But hey, I have a lot of fun. I have hundreds of games in my Steam library that I'll probably never play. But if I ever get a Steam Deck, you know, I'm set. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's at least $20 a month, pretty much guaranteed that I'm gonna like, you know, bullshit with, you know, just out the window. And then I usually treat myself to like a game on top of that. So I would say like maximum, like if I'm just going crazy, balls to the wall all month, like $200. Minimum, like $30 to $50. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I tally mine up. Just generally, I get $15 for Game Pass Ultimate.
Sure. Yeah.
$5 for PlayStation Plus because I usually get the year.
Oh, I forgot about that. I buy the year too.
Yeah, I buy the years, and the math is $5 a month, which I need to stop.
Wow, I didn't factor that in.
Yeah. And then that was the only 2 subscriptions that I really have. Yeah, that was the only. Did you factor in internet?
No, I didn't factor in internet because I figured I'd have internet even if I wasn't a gamer.
See,
you know,
that's true. But how good of you don't pay for.
And
internet.
Also, I would still be playing games if I didn't have internet. You know what I mean? I'd find a way.
Mine would change greatly if I didn't care about downloading fast and having good. Well, I say good connection. Okay, actually, it's been good right now. But no, I was thinking about it though, and if I didn't game as much as I did, I would not be paying for the internet that I do, which is like the gigabit.
Yeah. And I kind of bite the bullet on the internet. I end up with like fucking shitty download speeds, and like if Audra's like streaming a video, I can't like do my remote play on the PlayStation kind of thing. You know, like sacrifices are made.
So I usually end up getting $15 for Game Pass, $5 for PlayStation Plus, and then I allotted myself. Usually, I probably realistically spend like anywhere from $40 to $60 on just random games that are on sale because I like to pick up like little $20 ones, $10 ones here and there.
Gotta treat yourself.
But then there are outliers, just like your month last month, where you bought a PS5, and
a TV,
and a bunch of and a TV and a bunch of other games and shit. Like, if we're talking holidays, a lot more. But if I tried to be as general in like month to month throughout the whole year, and it's like $80 total month to month on average, and then if I factor in internet, it's like $180 a month.
I feel like 80 sounds like a nice average number that seems about right for like my monthly video game spending.
Yeah, it's realistic, and I kind of tried to factor in the outliers.
Yeah. I always end up buying like new games because I can't resist when all the reviews are going off and they're like, "Oh, this game's so great." I'm like, fuck it. I pull the trigger. That's why I'll buy like $15 worth of Game Pass plus the price of like a new game, which is
it also
ridiculous.
Depends on what's getting released because I'll drop $60 on a title that I've been waiting on. But
bro, next month is scary, bro. We got, oh my God. It's my birthday, first of all, for everybody out there. We got Dying Light 2 coming next month. Yeah. We got Horizon Forbidden West coming next month. We got, what else? Man, Elden Ring,
Lost Ark.
Pokemon Arceus is coming.
Yeah, Arceus.
A bunch of random shit, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty stacked.
I think maybe that Forspoken game, isn't that coming out? Or that's either next month or the month after next month. I can't remember. There's a lot of random shit coming out next month. So
yeah, I'm gonna be buying Dying Light, and then
that's day one for me, dude.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then my main time sink though in February in a game I've been waiting on since like October of last year. Is Lost Ark, dude.
Ooh.
I'm sinking so much fucking time into that game because it's like I've had an itch for a MMORPG that's like top down, almost kind of like back in my RuneScape days, even though it's not even almost comparable. But it's like a good top down, real flashy, cool animations. But then it's also extremely in depth.
I might have to check this out. I don't think I've seen much about this.
Oh,
really.
I will show you after the show. it looks.
Wait, is this the free-to-play one?
Yeah. It's gonna be completely free to play.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it's a Korean MMORPG that is like extremely extensive.
Those Koreans know how to have fun too.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. There's so much in it. There's so many aspects to it. It's gonna be. I think if it's executed well, and we don't have a bunch of hackers try to fuck shit up, like fuck the economy or anything in the game up, like they did with New World, I think it will be a very successful MMORPG that you'll hear a lot of as time goes on.
I'm excited to see.
It's been out for 3 years in Korea, 2 years in Russia, and it's finally coming to the U.S. for some reason.
Do they like it in Korea and Russia?
Yes, it is it's a very popular game. One of my buddies in Discord has been playing the Russian version for like a whole year.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like Russian servers with a bunch of like...
Yeah, but he has like a translator mod on it or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, some craziness. But he went to those steps just to play this game. And I played the beta and was extremely captivated to the point that I was like, all right, I need to fucking stop because I'm gonna have to do all this shit over again, whenever the game comes out.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes out. But I was sinking just every afternoon I come home, that's all I play. For like a full week straight, that's all I fucking played was that beta until I realized like fuck, I'm gonna have to do this all again. But it was good.
Oh, I'm down.
There's lots of classes.
I've never really gotten into an MMO before, so I'm excited.
It's not for everyone, but if you're into the top down, it's very action heavy. You can play with a controller too, actually, which I found is easier because there's like 6 different attacks.
I love that
you can like set in your skills and stuff. The skill tree is very in depth in that there's, I want to say like 10 different classes that you can be, and each individual move will have or each like skill in that class will have its own tree and shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
Super in-depth, super customizable.
Is it super grindy, or is it like...
It's going to be a little bit I think it'll be a little bit on the grindier side, but it's more focused on huge boss fights and shit.
Yeah, I like that.
From what I've seen of the end game, it's going to be just immaculately animated boss fights and stuff. And then there's also mechanics to these boss fights. Lost Ark, look it up. It's badass.
All right, I'm in.
How did we even get on this?
I don't know. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
talking about games that we were going to be buying next month.
Oh, and it's free.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, but I'm still going to be getting like a $60
bonus
or
pack.
$100 Founders Pack. That's how much this
You know it's going to be good, yeah.
I mean, I already got to put I put at least 15 hours into it.
Dude, I'm going to have to check it out. Did you invest any money in your 15 hours? Will I still have fun if I don't buy a Founders Pack?
Yeah, there's still lots to do.
Okay, cool.
And it's not a pay to win. The stuff that you'll get that I'll be getting,
cosmetic stuff.
It'll be cosmetic, and then also it'll be like quality of life improvements.
Okay, cool.
But nothing to like make you win more over someone else.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Yeah, rant over on that. So $80 a month, roughly.
Yeah, I think we can agree. That sounds about like our average. All right. That's the topic of the show. Tell us how much you guys spend every month.
For real, we are curious.
If you want to, I guess. I don't know.
We are curious. Jamel didn't give us a number, but I'm sure maybe we can like make a post or something, because I am curious to see what everybody else kind of monthly spends, to judge myself more.
Yeah.
I really should cut back, probably.
Me too, but...
Especially paying for this fucking gigabit that I hardly ever get. I'm talking shit, but somehow my connection has maintained throughout this entire stream, so I am
I was about to say,
thankful to the internet.
It's doing
gods
pretty
for that
good.
one.
Hang on. Keep everybody entertained. I'm going to try to find the questions. All right, here we go. We got questions here. People's questions. The people's champ, in fact. We've got... Ooh, man. Toughie here. I'm going to give it to Kyle McAvoy today for the champion of the people. Kyle says, what's y'all's top 5 coolest / favorite video game swords and why? Please answer in 2 to 3 complete sentences for full credit.
Ooh.
All right, top 5 video game swords.
Well, let's get the one that immediately came to our mind with this question.
Obviously.
Cloudbuster.
Yeah, the Cloudbuster sword.
Cloudbuster is an OG, badass video game sword that every kid has ever wanted since laying fucking eyes on it.
Yeah, the most iconic.
I will eventually have a life-size Cloudbuster once I get my 3D printer.
I think for number 2, I think we can both agree that the Master Sword, Legend of Zelda.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
That's just iconic. I never... So... I never found it that badass though.
What?
I found it kind of basic.
You never found it badass?
as
You never wanted to hold it up in the sky, go skyward with it, and just let the fucking beam fly, dude?
I mean, yes, but I'm talking about just like the look of the sword.
Oh, man.
I don't know, man.
It's pretty sweet, dude.
I mean, it is an iconic sword. We got to give it the the credit it's due.
I mean,
but my number 2 was going to be, off of Soul Calibur.
The Nightmare Blade.
Nightmare's Blade, yes.
Yeah, the Soul
Nightmare
Edge,
Blade.
yeah.
Yep, that fucking sword.
Yeah, dude, I'm with you on that. That's going to be my number 3. And my number 4, I'll go ahead and lay the number 4 on you right now. Halo Plasma Sword.
Oh, yeah, well, if anything, yeah.
Specifically the one from fucking Halo Infinite, the fucking Duelist Sword. That shit is fresh. The Duelist variant of the Plasma Sword.
I haven't played the campaign yet. I'm waiting for co-op. I want to play it through.
I'll play through it again with you in co-op.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting, because I'm not gonna play it twice. Like, so I'm holding out. I'm holding out on my solo because I'm so bad about finishing games. So I'm holding out till it goes co-op, and I play either with you or my brothers.
It's gonna be a lot of fun in co-op for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, so I'm gonna want to play it in co-op after it comes out. But yes, Halo Energy Sword for sure.
Need one more sword.
Well, I mean,
to round out the list,
lightsaber is a.
Does that count?
Has become a, well, it's more. No, it's movie. We'll count that as.
I guess the
movie.
Halo Energy Sword is kind of a lightsaber, but it's got the word sword in the name.
I mean, Sephiroth's.
Oh yeah, dude.
But I spent more time thinking about how cool it was and how I would actually draw it if I had a sword like that.
Hey, you just have to come already unsheathed.
You know what I mean? you lay down on the ground and you run with it.
Yeah. Okay. I think Sephiroth. So Final Fantasy VII just had cool ass swords, man. Like that's just the end of the line there.
Yeah, as far as like video game swords,
bonus points. I'm gonna throw a Keyblade on there from fucking Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Fucking, you see a fuck ton of Keyblades nowadays, like getting made and shit.
Yeah, a lot of cool swords from video games.
Good question. I love swords.
All right, we got Brian Moctezuma here. He says, "What anime game would you like to play in VR? Personally, Attack on Titan would be my choice." Well, boy, do I have news for you. There's that Attack on Titan side quest game you could play.
Which is actually pretty fun.
It's not bad for what it is.
And it is terrifying getting eaten by a Titan. Let me tell you.
I bet.
And then also you can mod. Yeah, so Attack on Titan is actually the most accessible anime VR because you have that side quest game. And then you also have Blade and Sorcery, where there's a Titan mod that you can make the characters as big as Titans, but then you can also have a Titan spell that turns yourself into a Titan.
Oh, that's tight.
Yes, and it is just as fun as you would think. Especially like when you're giant and it scales and everything, and the people are still small, and you just smack them to the side.
What's an anime that you would want like turned into a VR game though?
So I immediately, because of our discussion earlier with the Battle Royale that we're getting soon, I immediately went to My Hero.
See, I haven't ever watched My Hero, so I don't really know.
I mean, it's just like, it's superheroes. Heroes and villains, but like with a bunch of different, like there's a bunch of different powers. Like powers are a normal thing in this world. So I think incorporating powers in different ways in VR would be really cool.
That would be cool. I think a Dragon Ball Z game would be cool.
Fuck.
Where you have to like train and get more powerful and you
do
like
all the,
fly
do all
and
the
shit.
hand gestures and everything. Fuck yeah.
That
and then
would
be able
sick.
to like, the hardest part to integrate would probably be like the phasing. And like teleporting.
Yeah. You could just do like this.
Instant transmission.
And then just
but if you're trying to like fight and then teleport behind him and like blast him and then teleport again and fight, like.
Maybe you'll have like slow-mo
there's gotta be an intuitive way
or
to do
something,
that.
you know? Like maybe if you push a button, you can go slow-mo.
That'd be badass. Naruto would be a cool one too. It wouldn't be too hard to do. Yeah,
you could have an Ultra Instinct button where you push it and you just everything goes slow-mo.
Could do jutsus on a controller, yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Like having like shadow clones and shit.
Fuck yeah. So yeah,
what else would be cool? I don't know. There's lots of animes that I think would make it cool, and a lot of them have already been done. Like the witch thing, they have a broom riding thing with that.
Bleach would be dope. because all the sword fighting
Yeah, sword fighting's
translates
always
perfectly
great. Yeah.
into VR.
You could do a Cowboy Bebop shoot 'em up thing.
Yeah, or I do like Cowboy Bebop like exploration, like you can go to different planets hunting bounties and stuff.
Yeah, you could obviously do a Sword Art Online fucking game.
Well, they're trying to make a MMO VR. We have yet to see a decent attempt at it.
Doesn't even have to be an MMO. You could just make a Sword Art Online VR game that's like a.
No, it needs to be a MMO. I need Ready Player One here already.
That's real. That's real.
Just fucking hook up to the system. Never unhook. What other anime? Gundam.
Oh yeah, that would be great. Yeah, okay, that makes sense too.
Yes. Fuck yes. I would love to control a Gundam in VR. I think that would be so much fun.
What's that anime where they play volleyball?
I don't know.
I feel like that would be sick. Anyways.
Why, Brent? Why would it be sick?
I don't know. What's wrong with playing volleyball? I feel like that would translate well to VR,
It's just more the people who involved playing the volleyball. Oh, wait, you're talking about there's like a serious...
Yeah, it's like a serious anime about
Yeah,
volleyball. I forgot. It's like popular, too. It's called like... I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a big
about,
deal.
Like some half-life characters playing volleyball.
Like, people are serious about this fucking volleyball anime, dude. Anyways, so that's all we got for the questions this week. Thanks for the questions, guys. Much love. We're going to round it out with my dad joke corner, where I give you cringy dad jokes, and you get to just be excited about it, okay? Are you ready for this?
Nope.
All right. What did the gaming reporter say about the new Minecraft updates?
Something with breaking.
Wow, you're really good.
Breaking blocks.
They're groundbreaking.
Oh, god damn it.
That was pretty good, though. I don't know how you figured that out.
As I get older, the dad jokes just come to me.
Right? All right. And what did the movie critic say about the Minecraft movie? It's a blockbuster.
God damn it.
All right, one more. What did Mario say when he broke up with Princess Peach?
It's a me, not you.
Actually, it's not you. It's
a
me.
me, yeah.
Yes. You're really good at these dad jokes, man. Wow.
I mean, they're not hard to like.
Hey, but still, you got that comedic mind. I see it in your brain.
The gears get to turning.
All right, guys. Well, that's all for this episode of Gamespeak Podcast.
Thank you for sticking with us through this very Set Up in a Rush episode. If you like what you saw, check us out again at Gamespeak Podcast it's facebook.com/groups/Gamespeak Podcast. It should be all in the notes.
Yeah, you can check. No, it's I just got this week's releases. Look, guys, we love you. Come back and see us. We promise we'll do better next time. Okay.